What is up everyone, Movie Wayne back again with another review, and this is a first for me on the channel. This is the first time I'm actually going to review a TV show, and this is for The Mandalorian, which is streaming right now on Disney Plus, as most of you already know. And this is directed by, well, a whole host of directors really. Taika Waititi is one of them, for example. I had no idea Bryce Dallas Howard from Jurassic World is actually directing now, and she directed one of these episodes too. And this stars Pedro Pascal, Carl Weathers and Gina Carano. Now this tells the story of a bounty hunter set in the Star Wars universe as he goes from job to job across the galaxy. It's basically a western set in space, and he soon comes across a target known as the Child, and he soon gets more than he bargained for when he has a whole load of responsibility set upon his shoulders. I know this is kind of late, guys, but I watch a lot of movies and I sometimes get to TV shows a little late. I like to hear about them a little bit more before I know what I'm getting into. So when I'm having a little break from movies, I will pick a show and just binge it, and this was up next, so I do apologise for the delay. Now, some of you may know, I'm just a bit of a casual Star Wars fan. I enjoy the movies for what they are. I'm not massively into the franchise like a lot of people out there, but The Mandalorian is definitely one of the best things I've seen from Star Wars as of yet. I had such a fun time with this show, guys, and I just basically couldn't get enough of it. It's such a good show to watch. Now, every time I watched one of these, I just felt like I'd been on a journey. Each episode is a mini adventure that is so well written and so well crafted by Jon Favreau that I just thought the pacing of The Mandalorian was damn near perfect, to be honest. And this show does have a story continuing as it goes on, but it sort of keeps that in the background a little bit more, so each episode can be its own thing. Okay, the last two are tied together a little bit more compared to the other six, but I just like the fact that one episode we'd see the Mandalorian having to retrieve this monster's egg for these Jawas who've stolen his ship parts in order to get his ship parts back. Or another one would see the Mandalorian having to, break out a prisoner from this prison with working with a team who aren't too fond of him at all. And, like I said, each episode is just like a mini adventure. And speaking of that last episode, guys, where he's got to break the prisoner out, that was the highlight of this show for me, to be honest. That was my favourite episode. It kind of reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit, the way it played out and the way it was all set up. What a fucking amazing episode of TV that was. Let me just talk about the cinematography here, guys. It's just incredible to look at. I was sometimes looking around the characters at these worlds that have been created and crafted, and it was just fantastic to look at. Everything was so neat and so pristine. It's a really, really good looking TV show. It really is. Also, the theme tune to The Mandalorian is just awesome, guys. Every time I heard it at the start of the show, it just got you right in the mood. And I even watched the end credits just so I could hear it again. It's so good. And what I liked about the end credits as well, guys, there was all little sketches of each episode that the creators had come up with in the background. It's just such a well thought out show, it really is. Let's just talk about our main protagonist here, guys, the Mandalorian, who this show basically centres around. He has got so much swagger and so much coolness oozing out of him. He's such a badass that you fully get behind this character. His helmet isn't meant to be ever taken off, but I didn't need that because his voice brought so much personality to this character. In fact, I liked the whole mystery of what was under the helmet, to be honest. You just didn't have to know what was under there because the character was so well done and so well written and so well acted, to be honest. And to be honest, he's one of my favourite Star Wars characters of all time, and that is saying something because there's a lot of them. Talking of characters, guys, Baby Yoda is just the cutest little thing you have ever seen. I don't know if they got the idea from Baby Groot because he was so popular, but it was just a genius stroke putting this character in this show. And Jon Favreau actually didn't advertise The Mandalorian with Baby Yoda. He wanted people to see it first and then talk about it so the show would gain more popularity. Because you see Baby Yoda everywhere now, there's just little dolls in the shop and stuff. So it was a great idea from Jon Favreau to do that. And he's such a lovable character. And he doesn't even say nothing. Every time I say to someone, have you seen The Mandalorian? The first thing they mention is, how good is Baby Yoda? So, such a great character to put in this show. The rest of the show is filled with good characters too. I mean, episode 6 is full of them. The one I was mentioning before. And it was also nice to see Carl Weathers for at least half the show as Grief Karga. And, you know, Gina Carano as Cara Dune. She was a great little sidekick character for The Mandalorian at times as well. If any, there was one character that didn't really blow me away. It was the main villain towards the end of the show. He wasn't bad or anything, but as far as Star Wars villains go, you'd expect something a little bit better. He's not exactly Darth Vader or the Emperor. He's just a very, very average villain that you get. And I thought he could have been written out a little bit better there. If I do have one complaint about this show, guys, it's a story decision that happens towards the end. It's teased all the way through. I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it, and I wish I didn't get it. It took something a little away for me, but it's no way going to stop me watching season 2, to be honest. It's a negative, but I can live with it. I'm just going to go ahead and rate The Mandalorian now. I'm going to give The Mandalorian a 9 out of 10. These are 40-minute bite-sized adventures, guys, and it just left me wanting more. I never really watch a TV show twice. In fact, I don't think I ever have. But I can see myself going back to this show and watching it once more. So at the end of these reviews, I always like to leave a little fun fact. Now, the fun fact for The Mandalorian is that it's set 5 years after Return of the Jedi and 6 years before the birth of Rey. So that gives you an idea of The Mandalorian's timeline. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review of The Mandalorian. If you want more reviews, maybe you want to subscribe, it's up to yourself. If you want to comment about this show, leave it below. I will reply to you all, I promise. Take it all easy, guys. And I'll see you all in the next video.